Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a general pick-a-pile reading about how do they want to please you. So readings are timeless and timestamps are in the pinned comments and decks are in the description box. There's also a link to my link tree so you can find me all over the internet, and there's also a link to Etsy for this exact reading. I want to say thank you to the new subscribers and those of you getting Etsy readings. I also wanted to let you know that if the camera zooms in, we do pull a clarifier from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Also, we have what is in the box. What's in the box is for you to use your intuition. Intuition is incredibly important on my channel. If I say something and it doesn't seem like it resonates with you, it might not be for you. There are other people who are getting a reading from the same pile. So if you want a custom reading, which will be completely about you, you can go to Etsy and find that there. Today we have L, R, or G, or you might be called to the H, the P, or the J. But for clarity, I'll use LRG. All right, so let's go ahead and we will get started with the people who chose the letter L. So we have their number 1 fantasy, their number 2 fantasy, their sex energy, and are you compatible? So the first card that's giving their sex fantasy is showing up as the Hermit. So as you can see, the Hermit is really about personal truth and going within, but also from the picture we can see that there's a couple over here. He's kind of on the outside, so you may have somebody who's enjoying like cuckolding, somebody who likes to be teased. There are different fetishes that come across when we get into this area of sexuality. So then the second fetish or thing we're showing up with is the Queen of Wands. So he's just kind of watching her undress. She's getting to be really sexy. We see that there's a lot of fire. There's some passion energy. Let's pull a clarity card for that Hermit. Some of you kind of were like, cuckolding, what? So let's see what else we got here. What is the clarity? Okay, and that's showing up as the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, when she is upright, is logical and truth-telling. Truth is really big in this this reading. So then it's also really interesting. We have a lot of like goddess energy here. We have a lot of queen energy. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of feminine energy in this reading. I really sense that this person wants to please you by treating the feminine side of yourself as in an exalted way. So you may be identifying as male, or you may say, oh, I wasn't born female, or I don't identify that way. But everybody has a masculine and feminine energy to them. So there is part of your energy that they want to just adore. As you can see in this one, he's just kind of staring at her. It's really important to them. So then their sex energy is showing up as travel. Go someplace new with your partner, even if it's in your imagination. So this person is just really wanting to travel, which makes a lot of sense. With everything that's going on, they may not have had a chance to just get out. So this person is really romantically just wanting to travel to you, travel with you. They just are ready to have some movement. Are you compatible? No, not at this time. You could ask again later, but do you really want to know? So it could really be that you don't want to be, you are not prepared to have that kind of adoration that a queen would get. That feels very overwhelming to you. You do not realize how worthy you are of the attention from this person, so you're a little reluctant to just kind of rest in what they want to adore you with. So at this time, you are not compatible, but you can make adjustments if you want to be compatible with this person. You don't really want to change yourself for somebody else, but there could be things that you are adjusting on your own that will benefit the situation. So if you start adjusting and realizing that you're worth being adored, you're worth having your words heard, you are worth a good relationship, then you may adjust some of your energy for this connection. Um, okay, so that is for you guys, and thank you for letting me read for you. If you have specific questions, you can go to Etsy, and then don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and all of the wonderful things you can do on YouTube. And don't forget to go to the end of the video to find out what is in the box. All right, so now we're going to go ahead with group 2, the group that had the letter R. So we have their number 1 fantasy, their number 2 fantasy, their sex energy, and are you compatible? So the first fantasy that's showing up is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is truth telling. There can be a little bit of gossip that's going on. This person also could have a huge thing for butts. As you can see on the picture there, the gentleman in the picture has got his face right there in her butt. And so it could be that this person that you're dealing with, one of their fantasies has to do with staring at your butt. All right, fantasy number 2 is showing up as the 4 of Swords. So now the 4 of Swords is about solitude, it's about rest. This person is also like got his fingers in her mouth. He's really interested in just really being in her space. So this person has a fantasy of just controlling, being in control from like a dominant way. So not really being domineering, but being dominant. So a dominant person will just be in charge of the situation. A domineering person will just be like cruel or harsh as opposed to being a leader. There's a distinct difference. So then what is their sex energy is showing up as lovemaking. You and your partner need some intimacy. So this person is really just looking to be available and to have a sexual encounter with you. So then are you compatible? No, not for the best. Your higher self knows that this is not the best path for you. It's time for you to find another way. So then the clarity on that is showing up as the reverse 9 of Cups. The reverse 9 of Cups is about too much distraction. They're not really paying attention to the situation in front of them. So this person, you're not really compatible with them because you really want a little more attention than they'll be willing to give. You want a different type of attention than what they'll be willing to give. So the cards are really showing that it is not for the best. All right, well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. And there's further information, and this might not be your connection. So you also can get a custom reading that shows information about you and your connection specifically. And then don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the wonderful things you can do on YouTube. And don't forget to go to the end of the video to find out what is in the box. So now we're going with the third group, the group that chose the letter G. So we have their first sex fantasy, their second sex fantasy, their romantic energy, and are you compatible? So their first card is coming up as the reverse chariot. So the reverse chariot is really about losing direction. I feel that this connection was relatively new, and with everything that shifted in the energy, not being able to connect with this person has really made it feel like when you guys met, you were just really charging forward and things were going really well, and they want to please you, but they're kind of realizing that things are slowing down a little bit. Now, for some of you, this is actually a really big benefit. This is giving you an opportunity to really know this person and know why they're in your life and become friendly with them, become friends with them, be able to explore the connection in different ways. So they have a fantasy about just kind of slowing down and really seeing what's going on. So then their second fantasy is showing up as the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is about family. It's also about, can be about weddings. This is also a card that is often seen as the like soulmate or twin flame connection. So this person really wants to have a romanticized connection. They really want to be able to connect in that way. They also may really enjoy sex outside because, as you can see, both of these pictures are taking place in an outdoor setting. So that is something that some of them are fantasizing about. So then the romance energy is courtship. Sweep your partner off their feet. So this person is really looking for a connection. They really want to be able to have just exciting sex. Sex outside can be very exhilarating, and they're wanting something that's like that. So then, are you compatible? Maybe. Start. You've not made a choice. You will need to pick a direction in order to go forward. So then the clarity card on that is the reverse King of Wands. And the reverse King of Wands is about sexual problems and about not being ready. So for some of you, the reason that the connection is kind of slowing down and not going the direction you want it to go is because you look at it as not working out. You look at this person as not being stable or ready. So you're not going to approach anything energetically because your energy feels like it won't work. So there's no point in really moving forward with it. And that's where that maybe comes in, is because you haven't started to see this as a good connection. You only are seeing the problems in it. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you need specifics or this doesn't sound like your connection, you can head on over to Etsy. And then don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of the wonderful things you can do on YouTube. And now it is time for what is in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? And what is in the box is the atom. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.